behalf of the more than 100,000 people who live in the city of South Fulton, I would like to thank the Arts and Culture Committee for having this celebration honoring Juneteenth. Juneteenth is probably the oldest commemorated holiday for the freeing of the slaves. We understand that Abraham Lincoln passed the Emancipation Proclamation, but some 2.5 years later in Galveston, Texas, a messenger was murdered, bringing news that slaves had been freed. So we want to honor not only just Juneteenth, that messenger, but today as we look at the political strife that we're having in our country, in terms of police brutality, in terms of voting, it only reminds us from whence we came.
I bring you blessings and greetings from the City of South Fulton's Southwest Arts Center. My name is Solandia Aveni, and I will be guiding you through this historic Juneteenth concert. It is our wish that in this time, at this very moment, with this presentation of talent, raw emotion, soul, and authenticity, we can provide a source of light in the midst of darkness. Our first artist starred in the national tour of the hit Broadway show Waitress and has had countless other roles on and off Broadway. In the words of the great Kenny Leon, this artist's voice is velvet and her delivery is always authentic and original. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Maisha McQueen.
Inside my head there is a dream that I want you in the sun. Behind my eyes there is a lead that I've been hiding for much too long. 'Cause I've been too afraid to let it show. 'Cause I'm scared of the judgment that may follow. Always putting up and living for tomorrow. It's time to step out on faith. I gotta show my faith. Been elusive for too long. Freedom is mine today. Gotta step out on faith. It's time to show my faith. Procrastination had me down, but look what I have found. I found strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of me all along. Yeah. Inside of me, yeah. Oh boy, and my pride that lives in me, that knows humility. Inside my voice there is a song. Inside my soul there is a voice. I've been too afraid to make a choice, 'cause I'm scared of the things that I might be missing. Running too fast, it's time to listen. It's time to step out on faith. I gotta show my faith. It's been elusive for too long. The freedom is mine today. Gotta step out on faith. It's time to show my faith. Procrastination had me down, but look what I have found. I found freedom.
next group of artists are a company of choreographers that fuse movement, music, sound, and storytelling into a seamless artistic expression. The piece you're about to see is an introspective look at the delicate, dynamic, and vital experience of sisterhood within our community and how we lean on, learn from, and cope with the injustices of this world. I present to you Axum Dance Theater Experience with Sisters. These next two vocalists are both graduates of Tri-Cities High School and have gone on to find fame and success. Miss Dree Jackson is an amazing emerging artist whose work speaks to her generation. The first piece that she's bringing to us is an original work entitled Beautiful. Following Dree is Miss Maisha McQueen with Diamonds.
This song is dedicated to Breonna Taylor and all of the Black women that have been victims of police brutality. We love you, and we will never forget your name. From the time I was a little girl, my mama grabbed me by the hand, set me down so I would understand that I'm perfect in God's eyes. Then my dad would sit me on his knee, hug me tight and kiss me on the cheek, tell me that I'm royalty and I'm a princess in his eyes. Every time I'm feeling down, I remember one thing, that I'm special and me the way I'm supposed to be.
Shine bright like a diamond, yeah. Shine bright like a diamond. Fine light in the beautiful sea. I choose to be happy. like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. I knew that we'd become one right away. Oh, right away. At first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the light inside, so shine bright tonight. You and we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. I do so alive. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a we're beautiful. Palms rise to the universe as we moonshine in Mali. Heal the world, we'll never die. We're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. I knew that we'd become one right away. Oh, right away. At first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the light inside you tonight. You and we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. I'm too high, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a beautiful like diamonds in the sky. In the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Oh yeah. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
In 2019, the Southwest Arts Center became home to 3 orchestras. Our Metropolitan Atlanta Philharmonic Orchestra, under the direction of Chris Mosley, and our Fountain of Youth Orchestra, which includes an adult ensemble and a youth ensemble, both under the direction of Miss Lanvi Zinzu. Our next performer is a member of our youth orchestra and a rising senior at Westlake High School. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tiffany Stanley with You Raise Me Up.
Greetings. I'm excited to kind of welcome you all today to our Juneteenth celebration, a very important event for the city. It is our first of many virtual events coming to you during the COVID-19 pandemic. The reason why Juneteenth is very important to the city of South Fulton is not only because of our demographic of being a mainly African American city, but also, you know, the region and the world is going through a lot of change right now, and remembering the actual emancipation of all free men is something that's very important to the city of South Fulton. And so I'm extremely excited that partners like True Colors, that our city officials, including our dynamic council members and our mayor, who I know you've heard from already, are all kind of chipping in to make sure that this is a success. And so I'm excited for all of the different things that'll be coming your way, and hope you enjoy celebrating Juneteenth with the city of South Fulton.
Freedom, Juneteenth. The Emancipation Proclamation, issued by Abraham Lincoln on September 22, 1862, was a written declaration that stated, as of January 1, 1963, all slaves in states rebelling against the Union shall be thenceforward, and forever free. However, when this document was signed the following January, all slaves were not freed. June 19, 1865, Texas. 2.5 years later, Texas became the final Confederate state to officially grant slaves their freedom. Those 2.5 years, slaves continued to toil under their masters. Many slave owners even moved their slaves to Texas to take advantage of the fact that Texas slaves were not aware of the passing of the Emancipation. With the ending of the Civil War, Union General Gordon Granger went to Galveston, Texas, and gave an order for slave owners to free their slaves. This is Juneteenth. 246 years. 246 years of dehumanizing, beatings, killings, laboring of black people had supposedly come to an end. What was next? Although slaves were free, under the Jim Crow law, they still dealt with the challenges of segregation and white supremacy. This affected slaves' ability to celebrate their freedom. In the 1870s, those who were formerly enslaved pooled together $800 to purchase 10 acres of land in Houston, Texas. They named the space Emancipation Park. It was the only public park and swimming pool that allowed black people in. While Texas was the final stronghold to fall when it came to slavery, it was the first to consider Juneteenth a state holiday. As years went on, the celebration of Juneteenth grew with different events such as rodeos and festivals. During this time, the Juneteenth barbecue became a tradition and a staple for black families across America. Many celebrations took place near rivers and in churches. In the early 1900s, celebrations dwindled, as the importance of this day was not passed down and not even taught in textbooks. Children were taught to acknowledge the day the Emancipation Proclamation was signed as the day slavery ended, rather than June 19th. The celebration of Juneteenth resurged during the Civil Rights Movement, when opportunities for black people to gather in safe places increased as black leaders, black churches, and allies began to raise their voices to elevate the importance of celebrating Juneteenth. Today, as we celebrate June 19, 2020, we understand that the fight for freedom continues. As we celebrate this day of freedom, we also honor the lives of those that are not here with us today. We celebrate those who have helped continue the journey for the right to be free, and those who were able to experience it. This Juneteenth is a reminder to celebrate our past, our freedom from slavery, and also a reminder that although we have come far, we have more work to be done and further to go. We are free, but continue to fight for freedom. We remember and we celebrate our right to be human, and our right to be free. Juneteenth.
The next three performances represent different voices of the Black experience in America. The first piece, an excerpt from a longer work by award-winning choreographer Jewel D. Lane, celebrates the life of painter Ernie Barnes. Lane's tribute draws inspiration from Barnes' 1978 painting, The Maestro. It depicts a Black man as the conductor of sounds spilling out of his radio. The second piece, by Axum Dance Theater Experience, entitled I Won't Let Them, is inspired by recent events in our ongoing struggle for justice and equality. Lastly, Miss Dree Jackson brings us a selection so relevant to these times that we can't help but say, what's going on?
I be in my community, hoping that I don't have to pull up the eulogies. Getting money, yeah, money is nothing new to me. Face it, young kings, the truth indeed. Do you believe what we about to do to thee? So light, be the type, can you feel the heat? Man, I don't care, you can stand or take a seat, cause everything moving forward with the funky beat. Yeah, tell your Pete. Role models to speak up, searching through my memory, I couldn't find one.
Stipulations inside of my equation. Stipulations inside of my equation. Elevation from my mental slices me like phrases. Elevation from my mental slices me like phrases. Do that.
Here now.
Here's what it's like to be in the middle, to live on the corner of too much and not enough. In some spaces, I'm too queer. In other spaces, I'm not queer enough. In some spaces, I'm too loud or too strong. In other places, I'm not strong enough or I'm not loud enough. In some spaces, my liberation is my power. In other spaces, my liberation is a threat to safety and comfort. To live in the middle of constant critique of being too much yet not enough is to live in a constant state of confusion and rage. Why can't my middle ground be safe?
I wish Carol was here. She was one of the strongest women, human person I know. And peep this, she was black. See, she was my grandmother with the energy of the sun and all the stars combined. See, she took this little black boy and raised him up to the heavens so the gods would know he was chosen. She took this little black boy and gave him the gift of love. So when he walked into a room, he lit up all the hearts that wanted to envy his joy. She took this little black boy and made sure he had courage to trust and love himself. I wish Carol was here. See, she was my grandmother. I saw her and wanted her strength. I saw her and wanted her laugh. I saw her and wanted her compassion. What I didn't see was she was preparing me for a world that doesn't love my blackness, but loves my blackness. She blindly instilled in me that I'm not just a black man. I'm a lover. I'm vulnerable. I'm a brother. I'm a friend. I matter. I want it. I can do anything my little black boy heart want to do. This beautiful black woman molded this little black boy's mind. I wish Carol was here. See, I didn't know she was fighting a war for me, fighting the darkness that wants to extinguish my little black boy heart. I wish Carol was here. I want to talk to her about how angry and sad I am. I am tired of them trying to steal our joy, our blackness. I want to feel her warmth, that true black power. We all got a Carol. But see, she was my grandmother, my granny, a beautiful black woman. The smell of lilies after the rain, a fresh blanket of snow, a cold drink on a hot day. They can't take Carol from me. They can't take our unity. They can't take nothing no more. See, I wish Carol was here so I can take her hand of strength, kiss it, and let her know it is my time to fight this war she's been fighting for me. Fight it with all my black boy heart. Carol is here.
find a way to bring some love in here today. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war's not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Picket lines and picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see what's going on, what's going on, what's going on. Mother, mother, everybody thinks we're wrong, but who are they to judge us simply 'cause our hair is long? You know we've got to find a way to bring some understanding here today. Picket lines, oh, and picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see what's going on, what's going on, what's going on, what's going picket lines and picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see what's going on, what's going on, what's going on. Remember to love on everybody that you see, smile at somebody, and spread love.
Freedom and equality existence is a fundamental right on this earth that all people should share. Black people all over the world have lived under an inhumane system for centuries. Moji Dance Theater, formerly known as Total Dance Company, under the direction of Ajile Axum, presents this next piece about freedom and the struggle to survive. Ladies and gentlemen, free my soul.
There's a train that comes from Namibia and Malawi. There's a train that comes from Zambia and Zimbabwe. There's a train that comes from Angola and Mozambique, from Lesotho, from Botswana, from Swaziland, from all the hinterlands of southern and central Africa. This train carries young and old African men who are conscripted to come and work on contract in the gold and mineral mines of Johannesburg and its surrounding metropoli. 16 hours or more a day for almost no pay. Deep, deep, deep down in the belly of the earth, when they are digging and drilling for that shiny, mighty, evasive stone, or when they dish that mishmash food into their iron plates with the iron shovel, or when they sit in their stinky, funky, filthy, flea-ridden barracks and hostels, they think about the loved ones they may never see again because they might already have been forcibly removed from where they last left them, or wantonly murdered in the dead of night by roving and marauding gangs of no particular origin. We are told. They think about their lands and their herds that were taken away from them with the gun and the bomb and the tear gas and the Gatling and the cannon. And when they hear that choo-choo train, a chugging and a pumping and a smoking and a pushing and a pumping, crying and a steaming and a chicken and a they always cuss and they curse the coal train that brought them to Johannesburg. Sitimela sihamba ngamalahle siveleta la kubayi sangela tawa kuqa hey babe but is izuba malahle so malahle sitimela babo sihamba ngamalahle siveleta la kubayi helele sangela tawa kuqa hey babe but is izuba malahle paisa we na batistimela shisa siteni ndengezi siyelele mande let me go ye mama batistimela sikana nisi kala zetu baba masibu yelele kala kala nisi
For America. First up, Dree Jackson reveals to us that love is stronger than pride. We then meet Robbie, an amazing entertainer who's opened for India Ari, SZA, Big Frida, and Lettucey, just to name a few, and has been described as inspirational and pure light by Janelle Monáe and Erykah Badu. Robbie lets us know that there is a better life. Finally, Miss Maisha McQueen reminds us that someday we'll all be free.
pretend to stop living. I won't pretend I'm good at forgiving. No, and I can't hate you, although I have tried. I still really, really love you. Love is stronger than pride. Love is stronger than pride.
It's in times like this that I encourage everyone to embrace love and ultimately live a better life. Saw me riding in my brand new car, pulled me to the side, you heard was a star. Oh baby, I know you want a better life. Tell me, babe, what's your fantasy? Everything you want ain't always what you need. Oh, baby, I promise I'ma love you right.
I'm gonna love you right, baby, forever and ever.
Aren't you tired of tears rolling down your face? Yeah, looking for love all your life, but it's gotta start inside. Hey. Yes. Everybody's running around trying to get rich, make that money fast, lose that money quick. Oh baby, I know you want a better life. That's right. Hey. So close your eyes, baby girl, and tell me what you see, 'cause I'm gonna give it to you unconditionally. Oh baby, I promise I'm gonna love you right. Yeah, listen. Aren't you tired of tears rolling down your face? Yeah, looking for love all your life, but it's gotta start. Hey, love is what you want. Yeah. Then don't get what you need. Everybody wanna be free. Yeah. You want love, then go get what you need. Everybody wanna be free. If love is what you won't go get what you need, but it's gotta start inside, baby. Then outside, baby. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Aren't you tired of tears rolling down your face? Aren't you tired of tears rolling down your face? Yeah. Aren't you tired of tears rolling down your face? Looking for love all your life. Ooh.
as it spins around. Just don't let that spin get you down. things are moving fast. Hold on tight, and you will last. Keep your self-respect and keep your pride. Get yourself in gear, keep your stride. Never mind your fears. Brighter days will soon be here. Take it from me someday. We love you. Keep on walking toward your head up high. Wear your dreams right up to the sky. Sing your greatest song and just keep holding on. Take it from me someday. We'll all be free. Oh yeah, take it from me someday. We'll all be free.
As we come to the end of our first ever virtual Juneteenth concert, I'd like to thank you for joining us. We hope you've been amazed, uplifted, and moved by all of the phenomenal performances. If you're not already a follower, please follow us on Instagram at South Fulton PRCA for all of our virtual program offerings. Before we close the show, we have one more special performance for you from I Am Art's Djembe Fola Drum Company, directed by Miss Teresa Wise-Mecca Mingo. I wish all of you out there peace, love, and health. Be blessed.